Welcome to Of Men, For Men. Here we'll discuss issues pertaining to the modern day man. Subjects like health, wealth, lifestyle, gear, and relationships. So join me as we dive into the world of men, for men. Hello and welcome to the Of Men, For Men podcast. I am your host, James Rodney Lee Max. Yeah, come on. That's right. Come on in, kick back, relax, grab yourself a coup. What? All right, we're coming up on the weekend. I hope you got some plans together. Doesn't have to be big plans. Doesn't have to be anything super special or outlandish. Maybe you just got some time cut away for your friends or your family, or a loved one, a special person in your life, your significant other perhaps, your wife, your partner, whatever. Or maybe you just got some time cut away for yourself. Just, some time for yourself, just to do something for you. You've been doing other things for other people, and this weekend you're going to take a little time for yourself. Nothing wrong with that. You need to do that. Every man needs time to himself. Every man needs some alone time. Everybody does. It's not a bad thing. You need some time on your own. Get your head together. Get your thoughts straight. Without any outside interference. Go fishing, go hunting. Maybe you're doing a hobby of yours. Something that you like to do. All right, well, let's get into this thing. So you say, what are we going to talk about today? What's going to be the lesson learned? Well, I don't know if there's going to be any lessons learned today, but I want to throw something out there and let you think about it. And it's something you've heard time and time again, age-old adage, that we've heard. But sometimes, when you hear those things again and again and again, you really just, sometimes you don't even pay them no mind. They just become part of the background, so to speak. But like they say, nothing is for free. There's no free lunch. Because there ain't. Ain't no free lunch. Ain't nothing come for free. Somebody, somewhere, is paying for it. Say, well, how does that apply to me? Well, it applies to you in a couple ways. I'm going to focus you can apply it to a lot of different things, but I'm going to focus on just a couple here. I don't want this to be long. And I want to try to stay focused on us, on men. And not go all over the place with it. But one thing that's wrong with the world today, I'll start off with that, then I'm going to drill down, is everybody wants something for free. They want free education. These young folks, they want to go to school and get a Harvard law degree, a master's degree, a PhD in basket weaving, be $100,000 or more in debt. And then they want somebody else to pay for. Oh, well, we in debt with these student loans. Well, you signed up for the loans. You were you were supposed to be taking that time to learn something and invest in yourself. Maybe you should have invested a little wiser and got something that you could use when you got out of college. How about that? Maybe college didn't teach you that. They didn't teach you to be smarter, did they? They indoctrinated you. You know, and free health care. Oh, everybody got to have free health care. Well, if you want to know what free health care looks like, and again, it ain't free. Taxpayers are paying for it. And the soldiers are paid for it. Look at the VA. That's what socialized medicine looks like. Now, it's getting better over time. I haven't been to the VA in God knows when. But I've heard it's getting better, and now they've got things where you can go see your own private doctor type of thing. So I'm sure that helps. But back in the day, it was horrible. You know, I know you can remember just a few years back before Trump got into office, that it was horrible. You know, people were dying on waiting lists, you know, trying to get procedures and things done, you know, and these people were getting bonuses, you know. It's like there was an incentive not to do anything, you know. But that's what free healthcare, you know. And you got people from socialized countries that practice socialism, you know, in their medical systems, and they come here to get procedures done because they're, again, on waiting lists, or they can't get whatever they need done paid for because they don't do that. You know, when your government gets involved in your healthcare, you know, that's when you wind up with what we got now with mandates and stuff. See? Then they can mandate that you get something, and it might not be something you want to get. So you don't want the government involved in your healthcare. You know, I do think, and this is just my personal opinion, you know, like that No Child Left Behind, you know, children up to a certain age, you know, should be taken care of, you know, regardless of the parents' ability to pay, because they're children, you know, and they do need immunizations and stuff like that, and, you know, common things, you know, and then I think the elderly, once you retire, once you reach a certain age, and these ages, you know, I don't know what they are. You know, there are people that are smarter than me that can figure these things out. But I believe that once you reach a certain age, once you retire, that your medical ought to be provided. You know, you shouldn't be choosing whether you're going to get your medicine or whether you're going to eat that day. You know, because people get on fixed incomes. And you shouldn't have to make choices like that. Can I go to the doctor? Or do I need to save that money because I need to eat? You know, old folks shouldn't, people retired shouldn't have to make those kinds of choices. So that's why I say there's nothing for free. Somebody's paying for it somewhere. Somebody has to pay. Okay? You know? But that's just my personal take on it. Now, let's get down to the men part of it. Talking about education. As Jen Psaki says, we're going to circle back. Let me circle back on that. I believe you ought to. And again, nothing's free. That you ought to invest in yourself. Take that course. Get that certification. Go to school. You know, take some online college courses. Go to a physical college. You know, if you got a community college, you don't have to go to university necessarily. You know, those things. You know, depending on what you want to do and what you want to be, and if you're older like I am, I mean, there's no need for it. You know, go to a community college, take a night course, take a certification course, take a online course. And get those degrees, get those certifications, get those classes, get those certificates, and improve your life. But again, it's not going to be free. There's nothing free. But it will pay you dividends in the end. You're going to have, and you free, yeah, it's going to cost you time, effort, and money. You're going to have to sign up for the course. You're going to have to pay for the course. And there might be some assistance somewhere, and that's wonderful if there is. You know, if there's some kind of government thing that'll pay for it. You know, because a lot of them are provided because they want you to get back into the workforce, or they want you to make more money so you can pay more taxes. You know? So again, you say, oh, I got it for free. No, you didn't. Taxpayers have already paid for it. And then once you start making more money, you're going to be paying more taxes. So you're paying for it. See what I'm saying? Ain't no free. Ain't no free. So, but I mean, invest in yourself. But it's not free. I encourage that. I encourage you as men to invest in yourself. Because ain't nobody else pretty much going to do it. You know, even an apprenticeship, you know, sometimes I'm getting paid to work. You're still spending the time and the effort. Yeah, you might be getting paid to work, you know, but then your apprenticeship, you have to learn. You're going to have to take courses. You're going to have to study. You're going to have to take tests. You're going to have to get certified, you know, before you become a journeyman, whatever it is. You're still going to have to spend time and effort. Maybe not the money so much. You know, you might have to spend a little bit in books or whatnot, but, you know, might not have to pay for a full-blown course because you're in an apprenticeship program. But you still gonna have to spend something. Resources. It's always gonna cost you resources. You know, some type of resource. Time, effort, money. It's always gonna cost you something. But I encourage you always to invest in yourself. I always encourage that. You'll never regret that. I had a music teacher when I was in high school, and he was an elderly man, not a, you know, just retired. He was elderly. And he was well known in the Charleston area. Anybody knows anything about music in the Charleston area knows who this man is. And he's been passed away a long time ago, but he's well beloved. But even him, at his advanced age, he would go to the Citadel and take courses and learn stuff. I mean, you know, the last time I seen the man, he was taking a course. I forgot what he was taking. But he was learning. Keeping his mind sharp, keeping his wits about him. You know, staying on top of it, educating himself, even until his advanced age. He was investing in himself. So never stop doing that. Don't get to the point where you get lazy and say, oh, well, you know, I got it. No, you ain't got it. You ain't got nothing. Always be willing and be open to learn. And another point I want to make is on relationships. Oh yeah, I'm with this female. She's taking care of me. You know, I'm getting that for free. No, you ain't getting it for free. You ain't getting nothing for free. No, you paying for it. You investing your time, your money, your effort. And it might cost you in the long run. You know, if you're not careful. If you or her or both of y'all ain't taking protection, you know, to prevent any unwanted pregnancies, then that'll really cost you. That'll be in an 18-year plus investment. And you don't want that. The only thing you might get for free out of that is an STD or something. And that ain't gonna be free either, because you have to go to the doctor and get that cleared up if you can. Some of them are permanent, and some of them can be deadly now. You know. So definitely take care of yourself. You know, use precaution, use caution. You know, use caution, my friends. Gentlemen, take care of yourself in all aspects of your life. You know, don't be in a hurry all the time. Just do. You know. Think things out. Think them through. You know, what is this going to cost me? Because it's going to cost you. You know, it's always going to cost you something. You know, relationships cost you time, money, and effort. They can, you know, cost you big chunks of your life, big chunks of your, you know, financial portfolio, big chunks of your effort, and then once you get done with that relationship, you don't have anything left for another relationship. You just don't want to put the effort in because it costs you too much. And you don't want to deal with it anymore. You're like, no, it costs too much. It's not worth, the juice is not worth the squeeze. It's not free. And sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. So you have to think about that, especially in relationships. That's why I said vet females. If you, excuse me, if you in a relationship with a female and you plan on, spending any time with her, or, thinking about getting serious, you need to vet her out. You need to know as much about her and her past as you can, because those things come back to haunt you. You don't want to take things for granted. They come back to bite you in the end. Now, if it's just casual and you both just having a little bit of fun, it's just temporary and you both will move on, well, that's your business. But if you're going to, make any kind of long-term deal, you need to start, checking the background. Finding out what you're getting into. Checking on past relationships. What happened there? Why'd that fall apart? Because you're making an investment. It's not free. Relationships are not free, They cost you. Especially if you get married and you stay together for any length of time and you have any children or anything like that, it's going to cost you dearly. And that can be very expensive and very trying and very painful emotionally. And it can cost you quite a bit. Just look at, I know everybody likes to look at these celebrities. Look at how much it costs some of them to get divorced. They lose houses and millions of dollars, and then they pay an alimony and child support, and it's ungodly. And I'm like, how are these people supposed to, I know they rich and famous, but I'm like, geez, Louise. Are these people supposed to be paying this stuff in perpetuity? Are there limitations on these things? Are there cutoffs on these things? I don't know. But you need to think about all of that before you, do something permanent. What they say, don't make permanent decisions based on temporary feelings. I know that's why you don't see me coming out with a podcast. After something's done happened in the news, or something's happened in the manosphere or something. I don't just jump on here and start blabbering on at the mouth about this, that, and the other. Because it's better to let dust settle a little bit and see where things kind of fall and lay, and see how it pans out, and see where the facts are before you just go off and just start doing shit. And that's what you want to do. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to keep this kind of short today, but I just want you to remember, nothing is for free. Everything costs somebody something. It costs somebody something. And it could cost you. It could be costing you. And you need to think about that. That's all I want to say. Check out the social media websites. Well, the website, there's a website, Podpage. Podpage.com/ofmenformen. Podpage.com/ofmenformen. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Check us out on Gab, Locals, and Parler. You got to have some backups where you got some free speech, because you never know when you're going to get kicked off them other ones. You just never know. So that's why I have those sort of, what you might call backup accounts or free speech accounts. Because it's getting tough out there, gentlemen. Getting tough out there for men. It ain't getting easier. It's getting harder. And that's one thing that again, nothing's free. Even your speech. You can say what you want to say, but that doesn't mean there's not consequences for things. You can go in there and cuss your boss out if you want to, but that doesn't mean you're gonna have a job at the end of the day, does it? No, right? There's consequences, It's gonna cost you. Everything's gonna cost you. So like I said, you want to think those things through. Let the dust settle. Count to 10. All right, my friends. I appreciate your time and your patience. Oh, one more thing. Send in, if you want to. I know a lot of these channels and podcasts and this, that, and the other, they have these live streams where people send in chats or whatnot, and they'll send in questions and they'll address the questions or they'll address their comments or whatnot. But that's something you have to pay for, the super chats, right? But I don't do any of that. I'm not charging you guys anything, for this whatsoever. But it does cost you because you spend your time listening to it. I mean, it's not totally free, is it? No, of course not. You have to invest your time in listening to me ramble off at the mouth. But it's not costing you, monetary, value. It's not costing you money. But if you have, questions, comments, smart remarks, issues you'd like to see me discuss, send those in. ofmen4men@gmail.com. ofmen4men@gmail.com, or get on any of those social media sites and send me a question, a comment, a subject you'd like me to touch on, and I'd be more than happy to address it. If there's something I'm missing, something you'd like to hear, feel free to contact me and let me know. Because this show is, this podcast, I say show. This podcast ain't about me, it's about you. It's to help you think about things, think about issues, and address them on your terms. I just throw stuff out there. I'm just a conduit for thought. Right? All right, my friends. I have been James Rodney Lemax, and you have been great. This will be a weekly podcast. You can find it on the Anchor app and anywhere podcasts are available. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. I look forward to seeing you there.